Bro, I have a question.
Yo, what's up?
Let's say I wanted to make a website, like a question bank. How would I go about doing that? Like I have a bunch of questions I've made, and I want to put them on a website where people can use it like a question bank, but I don't know how to do that.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get these men
a website.
So we do the initial setup and get this website that's like, it looks like it's from freewebsites.com. So I go ahead and improve how it looks, and then I go to my friend and I decide to just steal the logo that he gave me. I mean, to be fair, it's mine and he gave it to me, so it's mine now, technically. But yeah, I add it to the thingy, I don't know what it's called, but it shows on the website. Then I add some code that makes it so that the logo is actually on the nav bar. Nav bar is slang for navigation bar, by the way. I also added some style so it looks pretty like this with some cool colors, and then I decided to get onto adding some routing thingy so that we can use these buttons over here to get around the website. So I start doing the code for the about section, and I just take a description of his like society thing from him and add it to the website, but it doesn't look so good, so I do some adjustments and change some stuff up so that we get this state-of-the-art website that you see over here, and you can see that it's made by a professional. And then because only my genius could understand what I was saying, I had to create this diagram to ask him if I was making the correct question format. And then yeah, I added a contact section for some reason after doing all of that. I also got distracted by removing the background on the logo, and I got this better kind of result. And then I decided to start actually coding some. Again, I don't know why I didn't do the question part, but I started adding these falling logos everywhere. I think they look pretty cool, but they're falling in front of the text and it's just kind of annoying, so I addressed some stuff and then they're not falling behind anymore. No, wait, they're falling behind now. Now after catching a stray for some reason, I'm going to move on to adding a new logo sort of pattern. It's just going to be a bunch of flowers in the background in a grid pattern, and I think it looks pretty fancy now. Now we're going to move on to coding the question section, and I've cut out quite a bit of stuff because I was doing some Firebase configurations and there was a bunch of keys everywhere, and you know those API key thingies, so I cut those out and I got this question section working. I haven't properly shown it yet, but what we're going to do first is we're going to add a test question, so quickly add in a few test options and these things, and then we see that the data is added and we go to their website. We select the topic, which is test questions, and it appears, but it's already highlighting the answer. We're going to change that in a sec. So I lied, I didn't show it get changed on the recording, but I did change it, and we're going to get started with making this env file. I don't know how to say it. I think it's an environment file, but it has a bunch of these keys and stuff that we're going to have, and then we're going to go and add these, those Firebase keys, and I've kind of blurred them out because I can't show them. Then we create this vercel.json file. I don't remember why I made this, it was just for something, and we just push all of the files and stuff to the GitHub repo. Go on the website and we can see that there's an error. As usual, there's always an error. For some reason there's always an error. So after spending a large portion of my life trying to fix these errors, I have it working, and then I see that the questions, I did change these actually, so they do work now. It only shows the answer when it's working. And it turns out I was using the wrong website, so this is the right website and it's working all fine, right? You can see my mouse wiggle of joy. And then we move on to making an admin website, which I added a username and password for, and it's just a simple form really, where you can add the questions easily and everything. That one was actually pretty easy. It didn't have many errors with deploying, but there was issues with Firebase, which I changed, and it worked fine after that. So when I retried it, I just used the same data and it says it added successfully. We can see in Firebase that there is a new data item too. So then if you go to the website, you can see that everything is working. The questions load up, all three of them. And that's everything done, so make sure you like, comment and share, and then subscribe.